All right, so in this video that I'm about to show here and talk about, we're going to talk about this certain area in the game. This is actually going to be in the Ashworld Cemetery. This is a spot that I've been running for ages now, and I actually, you know what, it just dawned on me the other day, like I should probably just document this, right? Like I should actually do the math, because I do a lot of farming here because it feels good. However, you know, until right now, until this video, I didn't actually record the data to see just how good it really is. So the path here is, if you come up here to the Queen Eliza's tomb, basically what I do is I run a full circle all the way around here, as you can follow my cursor. And I just do a full circle here. Every now and then I do jump up here and then I come down. And then sometimes I do make my way down here just a little bit on that end cove and back through here. Now, I'll probably try to attach a graphic that'll be on the thumbnail for this. And actually, I'm working with my team for DiabloPro.gg, where we're gonna just come up with these infographics and just show you guys the paths of spots like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way it's a little bit more detailed for you if you are trying to open world farm. That way you can just have one resource to go to know exactly the best spots and the XP per hour on average. I did talk to them about it. They're on board with that if it's something we're going to do. But I do want to go ahead and I'm going to roll the clip and kind of talk just really briefly about this whole process. I'm probably going to speed this up a little bit too as we go through here, and I'm going to show you my farming. I'm going to show you the beginning, what I start out with, my farming pattern, let it go for a few minutes, then I'll probably break it up, speed it up quickly, and then I'll be right back. All right, so like I said here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start out with this this portion of the video. You'll see that I started out with 2,405,000 XP. I did record it, I kept it up on there, then I went ahead. I'm gonna zoom in for you because I want you to see the kind of rotation and the movement skill that I'm doing here. That way you can really follow the track and follow suit with the actual gameplay that takes place. That way you know the exact route that I kind of took to do this study. Now, I do want to caveat on this study that I did do it for about 10 minutes, mainly because I wanted to have a good breakdown of any elites that were to pop in there. And when I say elites, I do classify as elites as blue, yellows, and oranges, and even the purples. Sometimes you do get the world bosses that spawn in there via events. I don't know, I can't remember exactly if any of them spawned in during this whole entire process or not, but I don't think there was too awful many. I do notice that I do get a fair amount of blues and yellows that do spawn. And you can kind of see as we're struggling through this, I'm still kind of learning how to play the Crusader, which I think actually will impact this farming. I feel like if I was just doing this as my Demon Hunter and then making this video for you, I think I would have a lot better score and a lot better numbers actually than what you're going to see at the end of the video. But it is funny because you can kind of see I'm getting used to the Crusader. It's not the greatest, but I am farming totally by myself. I know I am in a party of 4, and I'm actually in a party because I'm waiting to I think raid the vault or defend the vault. I can't remember exactly what I was doing here in this video when I was recording, but we were going to do something and we were just waiting in queue. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and let's just open world farm for a minute and let's record it. So and now you can see that I sped it up to about 200% here, and there was one looks like one event boss that spawned here. But it was funny because I'm just doing this the entire time while I'm talking to the party. You know, I'm not doing anything too particular or anything too special. We're just all hanging out, and absolutely nobody came to this area. So I feel like that was really, really cool. When, you know, you're trying to find a good farming spot to open world farm and level, sometimes it can be really, really difficult when you're trying to do this whole like philosophy of, hey, I'm going to go farm here, I'm going to go farm there, and I'm going to get all this experience. It gets kind of hard sometimes when there's too many people that to watch these videos, so to speak, and they overpopulate everything. And I feel like that's something you definitely run into very often, especially with when we talk about all these farming locations. Now, full disclosure, this is not the best possible farming location in my opinion. However, when it comes to solo farming, there's caveats and then there's drawbacks, right? And I feel like in this one, there's really, really, really good caveats that make it very good, and very little drawbacks actually, because it's not something that's very commonly farmed. So it does make it a little easier to get more equal amount of experience, or the more repeatable experience, so to speak. Whereas some of those other spots, right, in the Realm of Damnation and in the library, that, you know, everyone just farms those so heavily that it's hard to get consistent numbers. Whereas this one, there's not a whole lot of people that do farm this area, which is kind of nice. And as you also saw there, I am including going and turning in my bestiary as soon as that procs. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not claiming any battle pass points or anything like that. I'm literally just going to go ahead and do like a normal open world farm. I do also make sure to grab, before I go and cash out from bestiary, I do grab all the whites on the ground. You know, min max it. If you're going to open world farm, then you go ahead and you don't pick them up right away, so that way you don't fill up your gear, and then you grab what you can on the way out, right? It definitely makes a big difference when you're trying to enhance the amount of resources that you really have at your disposal here. And once again, you can see, so we've actually had a few open world bosses that actually spawned here in this video, which is great. I totally forgot about this. It wasn't even a thought process, but also notice the amount of chaining that I'm doing isn't terrible. I'm chaining fairly decent in this area. And like I said, this is with me playing the Crusader, and I'm not that efficient at it quite yet. Whereas I've actually dropped a new piece of gear for my main primary that would actually make me have a little bit more of a ranged attack. And I think that would really help me to cycle this just a little bit better, because you want to try to hit these 100 combos. As soon as you hit these 100 kill combos, you actually get that's the highest modifier that you get. So as long as you hit 100, it's okay if it dies. Now, it is nice if you keep it going, because then you don't have to take the time to start it up again. That's kind of the downfall of it, or the not having the ROI, so to speak, for letting it drop every time. But it does help tremendously, because at 100, that's the maximum you can get, and sometimes that's all you gotta get on these types of situations to really make it worth it for you, so that way you get the extra bonus points. You'll notice that I stay pretty consistent in this video, anywhere between 30 to 50 on the kill streaks. I think I did get up to like 75 on this one, actually, technically. But it does help. It makes a big difference, especially when you're trying to calculate the experience. And the big point that I want to point out with this video is I'm not trying to lure you into farming this area. It's more so that I want to be able to provide you guys with content showing you exactly where to farm, like the mechanics that I'm using behind it, and also, you know, trying to help you guys out with another resource that doesn't always require an active other person to be engaged in working with you. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to normal speed. We're coming right around the corner here, where we're going to be coming up to almost the 10-minute mark at this point. I did, like I said, I sped that up to 2 times for a good majority of that whole entire discussion that we just had. And now we're going to slow down, and we're getting really close to the 10 minutes. And actually what's going to end up happening here is I'm going to zoom out, and you'll see that I'll have my clock will strike at 10 minutes and I think 10 seconds. I use live split to go ahead and do a capture, so that way I can do it all in real time. That way, you know, it's not faked, it's not rigged. And I also like to do a lot of this stuff on stream, so that way you guys can always go to my VODs on Twitch and watch my VODs, so that way you understand exactly what I did, or try to find the material yourself in case you had questions and I didn't answer them great for you. So as you see here, we stopped at 10 minutes, 10 seconds. We're gonna zoom in. You can see that I had 2,982,000 experience at this point. So now it's time to dig in and start doing some math. So we're gonna back out, and you'll see where I'll start doing some math. I'll go ahead and also just subtract that 2,982,000, and you'll see what you're left with. And then what we'll do is we're going to divide that by 60, and once we divide that by 60, that'll give us the experience that we got per minute, and it'll make a big difference. Sorry, when I say by 60, I really mean by 10, because we already recording for 10 minutes. So if we divide it by 10, that gives us our minute time, and then from there we can kind of move forward and really get all the other information that we want. So now we can go ahead and we can pull up our handy dandy calculator, and we can pull it up. You should see it on the right hand side of the screen, and you'll see that I have 557,667. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna multiply that by 60. That's where that 60 was coming in by. So that way you can see exactly what you get per hour. That's 3.46 million XP per hour. For those of you who are not aware, a bar of XP is 3.5 million to level up your character. So if you go over here and you go to the bag, it should be looking right above my head. You'll see that it's 3.5 million. Now this does go off of server Paragon. Currently I'm a couple levels behind, so for me it's not going to be as much as 3.5 million. But the takeaway here is to solo farm by yourself. If you have a blue bar, we'll call it, which not a lot of people, they don't ever see that blue bar. Most see either this green or they see a ridiculous red bar. Is basically what I'm telling you is within an hour of open world farming this area, you can actually get the experience needed to level up one time, especially if you farm just a little bit more efficiently than I did. Like RNG would dictate that on average will be around 3.5 million XP. And this is actually better than the last video where I told you guys about farming, because that was in a group of 4 setting where we had to run all 4 of us, and it was like 3.3 million XP per hour. This is actually a little bit better, and this is 100% solo, so definitely take that to the bank if you want to really do as much and get as much fluff for your buck in the time that you're investing in the game, and you don't want to have to worry about getting teammates to do this yourself. I hope this video helps you. I'm going to keep doing more of these. I'm going to try to spread out a couple of these farming videos, maybe once, twice a week, and then move forward from there with a better tier list and a better grade of them all. And that way I can kind of double check them, as well as it gives us more and more time to kind of build up our website. So that way you guys can have all this information prevalent on the website, and you don't actually have to watch the videos. You can just go to the website, see the infographic, and then boom, you're good to go. All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was maybe a little bit boring for you, but in case you're one of that hot, spicy spot that you can do solo, here you go. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace.